Hi everyone, Deb with Dahlia Designs here. I am here with two unboxings from Softflex Company. They sent me two more. I am so far behind in doing these, and I actually am feeling really bad for Softflex. I am probably going to message them soon and tell them to take me off their mailing list because I'm not doing them. It's a disservice to them that I'm not getting these videos made. But this kit is already been shared by Softflex. It's called Fabulous Flamingo. It was shared by them on June. I might have missed one. I might have missed one called Enchanted Forest. Um, this one I think was shared June. Oh, it says we missed sending the Fabulous Flamingo kit this month, so here it is now, better late than never. It was revealed June 25th. Yeah. This one is being revealed August 27th, so this video isn't going up until probably the 28th because you're not supposed to reveal this one until after they show it, which is I think around 3 p.m. Pacific time, California time. So I'm going to get right into it. Let me open these both up. I'm going to do them at the same time. I'll kind of split my thing here. And this is just going to be the unboxing reveal video. And then I will be coming back probably by early next week, September, can you believe it, with my makes from these two kits. Now I still have another kit or two that I've already done reveals on, but I haven't done anything with them yet. So I'll try and get back to them too. Although one of them was Surf's Up, and I don't know if I'll be playing with that yet now because I'm starting to get into fall, Halloween, Christmas, winter season stuff. So anyway, we'll see. This seems to be fall-like, so I'm anxious to get into that one. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, here's everything. So I used the twine they wrap the packages in to designate this is the wild mushroom and this is the fabulous flamingo. So you can see this one is more summery, obviously, and colorway. We have a lot of turquoise. Well, actually, we have turquoise beading wire for this one. We have some turquoise. This mix here, first of all, is the Beadoria bead mix. And there's these like wheels in it in yellow. And then faceted rounds in the turquoisey AB. There's some pale pink wheels and some sort of salmony pink or peachy pink rondelles, faceted. And I think that's about it as far as the shapes, but a good size bead mix. We have two mother of pearl 14 millimeter pink color rounds. These are pretty. I thought they were ceramic at first, but they're mother of pearl and they're really pretty. They have a little bit of white streaking through them. I don't know, you can see it more a little bit right there on this one. Anyway, very pretty. We have some turquoise glass rounds. These are, I think, about 3 or 4 millimeter. I think 4. Uh, yeah, because I think they're about the same size as this. Yeah. Okay. So they're about 4 millimeter. So those were from Softflex. Everything on this side. These also were in. These were just called Flamingo Finding. To me, they look like a pendant, so that's very pretty. Or they're actually pretty lightweight. They could be a pair of earrings as well. And just like that, really, with maybe a little tiny bead dangle or wire wrapped around here, or not. I think I'd prefer them as a pendant. And then also in Softflex, of course, we got crimp tubes. These are the sterling silver. 2 millimeter by 2 millimeter crimp tubes. There's 20 of them. 4 ear wires in silver plated, I believe. Yes, 12 millimeter lobster claw clasp silver plated. Yeah, silver plated ear wires with the ball. And then in the Jesse James mix, which is here, we have these two unusual, I guess they're like bead frames, but they're kind of odd shaped. They're not a perfect round. I think they call those go-go, but the hole goes from here to here. So it's sort of like it's at the top or top to bottom, but then it's going to be this funky shape. Different, something different. We also got, now these do feel ceramic, and they're sort of like a melon bead, but they're painted that way. They're not really ridged, if you will. They're smooth. Actually, that one has a little bit of a ridge, so maybe I lied. They might have a little bit of a ridge. Anyway, they're cute. Those almost could be like pinkish pumpkins for fall, right? Pink and cream. We have some, looks like 4 of these, what are these called? Miracle beads. They have a glow to them. Can you see that? Yeah. So they're yellow and clear with a glow. And then yellow, A, B, I think I'll call them, flowers, which you can use as a bead cap like that and put something on the top, or like this, or, have it like facing this way on either side of the bead so that you can see the shiny part up and down. Um, we have these pink pastel faceted rondelles, I think. Yeah, they look like 6x8-ish rondelles. Now, Softflex has already shown this kit, so they may have explained it a little better. I don't know. And these are interesting. At first, I thought they were like a sun or a moon or something, but I can't. It looks like there's something indented on here, but I don't know. And you can see one side has that shiny finish, almost like ABC. That looks like a face almost to me, doesn't it? And but I don't think that's intentional. I think it's just 4 dots, like eyes, nose, and then I don't know. That really looks like a mouth to me, like a curvy mouth. But then, if that's true, then the drill hole is going through sideways, and on the other side, there's not that. But well, there actually is some etching in it, so that design is in it, but it's not coated. Yellow and sort of a goldy bee finish on there. I don't know how to explain that. And then there are these 4 beautiful acrylic, I'm sure. But these are gorgeous. They're pink with a little bit of yellow or orange through them. Very pretty. Seems like those 2 are darker and these are a little lighter. Yeah, there's multiple colors in there. Very pretty. And 2 large, gonna say probably about 10 mm, 8x10 or something, faceted rondelles, like crystal rondelles. And then these are all little drops and they're drilled in the center, which I prefer. They're rounded on the bottoms, I think. Yeah, sort of rounded. I don't know, they're kind of weird shaped too. They're like, they're not a round. They're sort of flattened on the sides. I don't know what they're called either, like triangular beads, maybe triangle beads, but they're bigger on one end. Unless you flip them over, then they look bigger on the top. That's different. There's 6 of those. And then we have 8 of these kind of bead caps, nice big ones that would go, I don't know, will they fit on these? Let's see. I think, well, they would fit like that on the big bead, or would they fit on these? Or on those. They're pretty on those, actually. Let's see. I think they're too big for these, yeah. But they would go on these as well. So, very pretty. And then we have some spacer beads. These are nice. They're flat, so they don't take up a lot of room, but excuse me, but they have like a ridgy, ropey kind of design on them. Like, they look like a tire, right? They look like a wheel or something, smooth in the middle and then ridgy on the outside. I didn't count those. I think probably about 10 of those. And then lastly, in that part of the kit, we have these crystal or what are they called? Cubic zirconia kind of things, rondelles, and there's 8 of those. And they are like that flirty flamingo pink in them to go with these other colors. So really pretty summery kit. I don't I don't do well selling many pastels, so I don't tend to work with them much, so we'll see. I love turquoise though, and that's a pretty pink. And yeah, I mean, they're pretty items. And I love the blues. I don't know if I'd put them all together. And I have not watched Softflex's unboxing. Oh, and we also got, I forgot to mention these. There's 2 eyeglass, sunglass connectors is what they call them. So that's cool. Yeah, I have never made one of those, you know, the little cords. I don't know, do people still use them? Okay, so then on the wild mushroom one, I'm kind of excited about. These are more my kind of colorway. I like the neutrals a lot. So what Softflex put in the kit, well, they put it all in the kit, but this is the Jesse James wild mushroom little container. So in this one we have copper findings. We have copper crimp tubes, 20 of them from Softflex, and copper ear wires with the ball, and a copper lobster claw. Is that the same size? It looks a little smaller, but no, about the same size. So that would be 12 millimeter. But then we got a silver owl, which I would use separately, I think, than those others. And it has movement, can you see, with black rhinestone eyes. Very pretty. And then we also have, at first I thought this looks like it could be used as an anchor. This is supposed to be a mushroom toggle, but I didn't get a bar. So I might use it as a pendant, an anchor kind of pendant. I think that would be nice as a pendant because it's pretty weighty. I don't know if if I like the size of the hole to use as a toggle. Um, so I think that would be pretty with like the maybe navy blues and red, white, and blue or something for a summer piece. Um, that is from Green Girl Studios. They hand make them. And I have some other things, and that's like a pewter. Um, but there's your mushroom toggle, because this is, after all, called wild mushroom. We also got one little ceramic mushroom. Isn't it cute? It has a little hole there, and it has blue. Now there's no blue in this kit, but there's blue in this kit that I think that would go pretty nicely with. So yeah, we'll see. And then these I've gotten in a different colorway before, and I love these. These are bamboo, and they're very lightweight, so they would be great for earrings or a necklace. I don't know that I'd use these on a bracelet because they're long, but also since they're bamboo and they're lightweight, maybe if you're banging your wrist all the time, maybe they would get ruined. I don't know. They have a pretty shiny finish, so they're lacquered up with something pretty well. But you can see they're like, they call them dark brown, but these are more black with like a creamy natural color in the middle, and I like that two-tone. We also got these ceramic beads in brown. Sort of, do they call it dark brown? Let me see. No, it just says brown. They're like a chocolate brown to me, maybe a little darker than that. And theirs are about 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. And then these are rust brown travertine tri-cut oval bead strand. There are 18 beads on here. There's sort of a rust and brown, and the travertine, I don't know if you can see it, is that sort of grayish finish. Oh yeah, you can see it, grayish bluish finish. They're pretty cool. I really like them. See, that's I like that. Then also Softflex gave us a check glass bead mix. I got 9 pieces, and there's these kind of milky topaz nuggets. They're kind of, I have to call them nuggets because they're unusual shaped. They're almost like a squashed pumpkin bead, like a squash bead. And then these transparent nugget pillow, I don't know what you call them again. 3 of those. They're glass. These are all glass, check glass. And then these 3 sort of a satiny finish pillow slash nugget bead. Very unusual. I like those. I like all of those. And then we also got, these are, the color is amethyst. 6mm simple cut style glass beads, amethyst, and I got 12 of them. They look like a crystal, but they're just calling them simple cut style, or almost like an English cut. I've seen it called before. They look like crystal, but they're calling them glass. Okay, so then the Jesse James part, we have these 2 large beads, which I think are glass, but they're pretty lightweight. They could be acrylic. I'm not sure. They are faceted. I can see the facets on them when I turn them. And they're not super heavy, which makes me think maybe they're acrylic, but I'm not sure. They might be glass. And also 2 ceramic beads. Now these are cool. These would be cool for Halloween even, right? Black and cream. And then I was wondering where the amethyst came from, but they actually would go good with this travertine rust color stuff too. And we have like these milky amethyst squares. They're interesting. They're drilled on the side or top. We got 4 sort of rusty color roses. Just so you can see how they go, and they're drilled, they have flat bottoms, and they're drilled through the bottom sideways. And then we have 2, I thought almost was going to call them root beer barrels, but they're drops drilled top to bottom, or center drilled as that's known, in a deep root beery brown color. Very pretty. Love those. And these are like a clear faceted barrel, or maybe a pale amethyst, or they're not exactly clear. They have a little bit of a very, very pale purpley pink, but look how sparkly those are. Gorgeous. I don't know if I've ever seen that cut quite exactly. I might have, I don't know. 6 of these faceted gold bicones. Yeah, bicone. And then we have some sort of maize, corn yellow, mustardy yellow. Those would look good with mookaite beads. They do have an AB finish on them rather than just plain yellow. And then we have 4 dark purple, I think, or maybe smoke. They look more smoky to me, like a dark smoke, or maybe even black or dark blue. I can't tell the color. It's either, yeah, I'm going to call it smoke. Smoke gets in your eyes. And then we have some purple, tiny purple sparkly beads. They'll go good with either these. Or you can just mix everything. I'm not good at that. And there's 8 or 10 of those. I don't see 2, 4, 8, 8 of those. And let's see, then we have these gold filigree kind of looking. They're not hollow. I mean, they're hollow, but they're not open on the sides. Sort of like foil smushed up and put into a hollow ball in gold. They're pretty spacers. Do you like gold or silver or copper? Let's see, we have 3 different colors here. We've got silver, pewter, we've got copper, and now we have gold. So that's interesting. These are the flat spacers. I love these flat spacers. I had bought a whole bunch of them years ago from Oriental Trading, and I'm just really now starting to use them a lot. but I really like them for a lot of things. And then these I like too. I haven't seen these before. These are like daisy spacers, except they're actually a nice floral with texture, and they're like an antique gold, different kind of color compared to this gold. You can see the difference in the color because these have an antique where the other ones are more bright gold. They're really cool. Yeah, I like them. And we have 4 bead caps of this variety that have some dimension. I'll leave that one on its side so you can see the dimension. Okay, and that is it, my friends. That is the Wild Mushroom Kit and the Fabulous Flamingo Kit. This one was aired on June 25th. This one, Softflex will do their video unboxing on August 27th, so hopefully you went over and watched that, or you can go over and watch it. They're on Facebook as well as um, here on YouTube. I usually do most stuff on YouTube. But if you do get one of these kits now, I don't know if either one of these is still available because this one went on sale probably when the last kit was aired, which I think was that Enchanted Forest one that I don't think I got. If I did, I misplaced it. I have 2 other ones I had shared before, but it wasn't, neither one was that one. Um, Anyway, so I don't know if it's still available, but you can go check. And if not, they may, by the time this goes up in 2 days, they'll put out the next kit. And let's see, I have that information. That kit will be Wicked Brew. So for my Halloween loving fans, yeah, Witch's Brew will be the next kit, and that will be available for purchase online on August 27th. So yeah, check that out. The Bead Design Challenge kits retail for $36.95, includes everything you see, here and here, this type of thing. Usually a Jesse James bead mix, not always, but usually. And this one had a Beadoria bead mix. Um, I forget, anyway, I forget which designer that is that has them, so forgive me. Um, and you get a good mix of different findings. You're all set. You've got your beading wire, your crimps, some earring findings. The only thing you don't have is like uh, other metal wire. If you would prefer to use that, you have to provide that, but Softflex does sell that. At least they did. I'm assuming they still do. It's been a while since I checked. And then this one is coming out on the 27th, so hopefully they still have a few of those available. They do go pretty fast sometimes, so if it's really popular, you might be out of luck. Yeah. So I will be back. I will make these. Oh, and also they have a Facebook group called Very Important Beader. And it's Very Important Beading, VIB Studio Group, where you can show your makes before the next kit, I think a few days before the next kit is going to air, and they, maybe a week before, and they will do a drawing just based on entries. They don't do it based on their favorites or anything like that. And you're eligible for a future kit. Doesn't say it'll be the very next one, but a future kit. So, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Softflex, for sending these to me, and I'll do my best to get some things made for you to share. And tell me in the comments, which kit do you like the most out of these two? Do you like the summery pastel-y vibe? Do you like the autumn, richer, neutrally tones better? I already told you which is my favorite. I love fall. And maybe because I'm a Capricorn, which is an earth sign, I gravitate towards earth tones and stuff. So I don't know. Plus, At least when I was working, I wore a lot of black. Right now I have on a hot blue, you know, turquoise. Turquoise is also one of my favorite colors. And you know what? I like turquoise and brown. So I might take these two kits and the last two kits and blend them together and see what I can come up with. So we'll see. Stay tuned, but let me know in the comments, which way do you go? Pastellies, or do you prefer like bright, hot pinks and hot whatever colors? You know, like or regal colors like navies and dark reds and things like that. What do you wear most in jewelry? And also, what pieces of jewelry do you wear most? Earrings, bracelets, rings, necklaces, sets? Do you like sets or do you like unmatched things? You know, you just sort of mix and match and they seem to go together. Answer all those questions in the comments below. I'm just interested in knowing more about you. Okay? Thanks so much for watching, and you have a wonderful day. And until next time, yes, I'll see you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.